It's difficult to imagine any company releasing its first smartphone generating the kind of buzz that nothing has for the Phone 1, but hype can be a double-edged sword. The phone may first not be life-changing or a radical departure from industry norms as founder Carl Pei would have you believe, but it is a well-specified, reasonably priced phone that provides excellent value for money. But before we begin, please like and share this video. So, without further ado, here is the full Nothing Phone 1 review. Design and build. Let's start with what makes the Nothing Phone unique. 1. While this appears to be a standard phone from the front, aside from a meticulously symmetrical bezel, turning it around reveals something unexpected. One example is the semi-transparent design. Whether you choose the white or black version, the phone is coated in glass, and thus a magnet for smudges and fingerprints, but a multi-layered and textured design is meant to hint at the components underneath. Despite the promise of transparency, there are no visible chips or circuitry here, only a central circle indicating the phone's wireless charging coil, a winding strip for a connector, and visible screws indicating the phone's construction. After you've gotten over the transparency, the phone hits you again with the glyph interface. That's the, admittedly silly, name for Nothing's distinct pattern of white LED strips in the rear design. The appeal will also be determined by how comfortable you are with placing your phone display down, which is an excellent way to scratch the screen. Nothing includes a pre-applied screen protector with the Phone 1 to reduce the chances of damage to the glass panel itself, but if you're going to keep it face down, you'll probably need to invest in a few replacements or a case with a prominent lip. There is also good durability. The phone's front and back are made of Gorilla Glass 5, not the strongest version available, but scratch-resistant enough. There is also an IP53 rating, which guarantees dust and water resistance. Display and audio. The Nothing Phone 1 has a 6.55-inch screen, which is about average for an Android phone in terms of size. With 120Hz OLED technology, it's slightly above average in terms of display quality, though similarly priced rivals with similar screens are certainly available. It's bright and colorful, with appealing colors and HDR10+ support. The 120Hz refresh rate improves the smoothness of animations throughout the experience, but it only accelerates to full speed when necessary. You can also set it to 60Hz to save battery life. Looking at the phone from the front, the black bezel around the edges is slightly thicker than you might be used to, but nothing has been done to make it completely symmetrical, with the same width on all sides. It's a small detail that speaks to the phone's obsession with design. In terms of audio, there is no headphone jack, so you must use wireless or USB-C headphones. However, the stereo speakers are adequate. They're quite loud and clear. Phone speakers are phone speakers, after all, but these are far superior to most other mid-range phones. Specs and performance. The Snapdragon 778G Plus, a mid-market chipset released in October of last year, powers the Nothing Phone 1. This chip, more than anything else, explains the Phone 1's mid-range price, as it is both a tier below the flagship Snapdragon 8 series and getting a little old. It has since been replaced by the Snapdragon 7 Generation 1. Benchmark performance is solid and typical for the price. It compares favorably to the OnePlus Nord 2T and outperforms Samsung's underpowered Galaxy A53. In use, I've found the phone to be fast and responsive, with little lag. It's adequate but not spectacular. The 778G Plus comes with 8GB or 12GB of RAM and 128GB or 256GB of storage, though keep in mind that the cheapest 8 plus 128GB model is only available in black, not white. Then there's interconnection. The Phone 1 comes with the standard set of features, including 5G, Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.2, and NFC for Google Pay. To be fair, the phone isn't available there in the first place, but it's something you should be aware of if you're an American considering an import, or simply someone who travels to the US frequently. Battery and charging. The Phone 1 has a 4,500 mAh battery, which is one of the average features. However, I suspect it has been poorly optimized because its battery life is below average. This phone has a battery life of about a day, but I wouldn't push it too far, and I've had it run out on me once. As is always the case with phones, this will only worsen over time. The limited battery life could be due to the glyph lights, but I doubt it. The phone itself attributes the majority of its power consumption to the display, which is typical. Nothing claims that even turning every light on full for 10 minutes, a fairly extreme use case, consumes only 0.5% of the battery capacity, so the glyph impact appears to be negligible. The good news is that, if the extra lights aren't to blame, nothing may be able to fine-tune the phone's battery consumption with software tweaks and patches. When it comes to charging, the phone has a charging capacity of up to 33 W, which I found to be sufficient to restore 67% of the battery in half an hour. That's faster than most phones from Samsung, Apple, or Google, but it lags far behind phones from Xiaomi, OnePlus, and others, even at this low price. It may not help that Nothing has decided to follow the recent trend of shipping the phone without a charger. That is certainly more environmentally friendly, but it will be inconvenient if you don't already have a USB-C charger and need to purchase one. Nothing will happily sell you one for £45. Camera and video. The camera is arguably the core feature that Nothing has pushed the most, and in a way that many competitors have not. It's becoming more common for phones at this price to have 3 or even 4 cameras on the back, but usually only one of them is usable. Nothing, on the other hand, has only 2 rear camera lenses, one main and one ultra-wide. Neither is flagship quality, but they're both capable for the price, with a drop-off at night. The main lens employs a 50MP Sony IMX766 sensor, which can be found in phones ranging from mid-range rivals such as the OnePlus Nord 2T to top-tier flagships such as the Oppo Find X5 Pro. In most lighting conditions, it's bright, punchy, and capable of producing some appealing shots. There's even enough detail to make the 2x digital zoom option worthwhile. On a desktop, you may need to drag to move through the slideshow. Price and availability. The Phone 1 is now available for purchase in the United Kingdom, Europe, and Asia. As a reminder, it will not be officially released in the United States or Canada, and importers should exercise caution because the phone may not function properly in North America. I'll admit that I was taken aback when I learned the price of the Phone 1. I expected it to be priced competitively, but the final price remains optimistic. The Indian prices below include a $1,000 post-launch price increase, which the company blames on fluctuating currency exchange rates and rising component costs. For the time being, prices in other markets remain unchanged. 8GB plus 128GB, pound £399/Euro 469/Indian rupee 33,999. 8GB plus 256GB, pound £449/Euro 499/Indian rupee 36,999. 12GB plus 256GB, pound £499/Euro 549/Indian rupee 39,999. If you're interested, you can purchase the phone from Nothing, Amazon, Selfridges, or O2 in the United Kingdom. It's also available from Amazon in Europe and Flipkart in India, and we've compiled a list of the best Nothing Phone 1 deals we've discovered. I've already mentioned its main rivals. Carl Pei's former company, OnePlus, offers the excellent Nord 2T for nearly the same price as the Samsung Galaxy A53 and iPhone SE. The Google Pixel 6 is also on the horizon, making this market segment even more competitive than usual. Verdict: Phone 1 is a near unqualified success as a phone. The only real flaws are the limited battery life and minor bugs and issues I've encountered, while the capable cameras, IP53 rating, and wireless charging all stand out from the crowd. That's even before we get to the design. Perhaps it will be divisive, but you can't call the Phone 1 ugly, and the semi-transparent rear and LED patterns will ultimately be the main reasons to consider picking up the Phone 1. Making a great phone is difficult, and doing so as your second ever product is remarkable. Even if it's nothing special, it's still a great option. This brings us to the end of the video for today. Please leave your personal opinion in the comments section. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and don't forget to like the video.